Welcome, everyone. You are tuned in to the holiday music Blabaganza. Hi, I'm Raven, a talk show maven. For those of you that are tuning in from Amazing Women of Power Radio Network or iTunes or Blab. We're not doing Periscope today because I want to leave my phone open just in case someone tries to call me as a guest. We're going to have some amazing guests today. So I want you to sit back, relax, enjoy the day. Listen, if you have to get in your car, I got some good news for you. We have an app. You can go to Apple or Google Play, download Amazing Women of Power app. Yes, Apple or Google Play, download the app, and you can even have the choice of clicking on the TV tab to watch us. Hey, or you can click on the radio tab to listen. Either way. Oh my God, I will be going today, I think until 3. If everything goes well, we don't have any computer glitches. My computer doesn't overheat. This room doesn't blow up with all the technology. You guys like my new backdrop? Hey, y'all like it? Give me thumbs up if you like my new backdrop. We're testing some things here. But yeah, so I'm going to be going for a long time. Let me tell you who's coming. Okay, Janie Lidey is going to start the show. She's a friend. She's an Emmy Award-winning songwriter. She's all that bag of chips and some M&Ms on the side. And then following her is her good friend that she introduced me to, John Carter Cash, who is the legendary, did I say legendary? The legendary Johnny Cash and June Cash. Yeah. They're going to be here, but their son is going to be here. Okay. So yeah. So that's amazing. Right. And then we have, who else do we have? We have someone, Bunny DeBarge. Now she had a death in the family, but hopefully she'll still come. Got her fingers crossed. She will be here. She sang with the DeBarges. We've got our own Zana. She's going to be here. Let's see who else. We got Bobby Brooke Wilson. You guys remember Jackie Wilson? Anybody remember Jackie Wilson? Yes, Jackie Wilson, his son, Bobby Brooke Wilson, will be here along with his promoter. And Sheila Ray Charles. Anybody know Ray Charles? Y'all like Ray Charles? Oh, yes. Well, Sheila Ray Charles will be here. And I think we got some more people. I don't know. But that's enough, right? So let's just keep our fingers crossed that everything goes good. Yes. Okay, great. So here we go. Let me just text my husband really quick. Hold on 1 second, guys. One second, excuse me. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure we don't have a problem. Look like a guest. Okay, because he's on backup. Okay, so here's the thing. We're going to have fun. We don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to have fun, right? So without further ado, I want to bring on our first guest. And remember what music does to you. What we're going to do is we're going to get the behind the scenes of how do they create this amazing music? What's in their head? What's in their head when they think about it? Are they in their head when they think about it, or are they in their heart? I think they're in their heart. Okay. And what's the difference of writing a song or singing a song versus, writing or singing a hit song, a Emmy song? Mary says they're in the heart. Yes. So we're going to go behind the scenes. We're going to get the amazing stories. I need your help. We've got some legendary people here. So I need you to scream this on Blab. Tell them, hey, the Queen of Blab, the original Queen of Blab, crowned by her listeners. Oh, yeah. Raven, the talk show maven, is in the house. She's brought all these great people, and you have to come. Okay. So that's what we want to let them know. Okay. So let's get started. Are you guys ready? Okay. So I'm going to bring on, hold on 1 second. I did something crazy to the screen. Okay, good. So I'm going to bring on, let me just get my screen right here. Might be bringing on my husband in a second. 1 second. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to bring on, now I'm short. Hey, you guys, it's just funny trying to get all this technology together. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Raise my chair a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to bring on Janie Lidey. So Janie, let me give you some music. And come on in here. Let's see. Let's get some Janie's music here. Some Janie music. Come on in, Janie.
Today I ask the universe, teach me what I cannot see.
Hey,
You guys,
Raven.
doesn't she have a great voice? You sound good. Just listen to a little bit of that as I adjust my camera here.
Help me find the rhythm of my soul and let her breathe.
In my chair. Okay, there we go.
Turn on
So
the
we got
light,
Janie Lidey
let
here.
her
We're
shine.
excited to have Janie, and I'm going to cut the music off, and we'll talk about Janie and her music. But first, let me tell you a little bit, just a little bit, about this amazing lady. Other than she's a dear friend, she's such a friend, and I love what she does in her spirit to help people move ahead. So Janie is a Emmy. Did I say Emmy? Yes, I did. Award-winning songwriter, professional speaker, author, and recording artist. Janie speaks and sings at women conferences. Yes, she does. Personal growth seminars and music festivals. And more on how to raise your vibration and attract blessings and miracles every day. Now, I know I can't wait to jump into the conversation with her because if you remember, I started out talking about how music makes you feel. And I know she's really good at that. So we're going to bring Janie on. Hold on. Let's give her a standing ovation. Hey, Janie, how you doing, girl?
I'm good, Raven. Thank you so much for having me.
Great. Well, welcome. Where's that Emmy? Show that Emmy. Let's just start the show with the Emmy. Just
Okay,
get a screen
here we
capture of that, guys. Because you can get a close up. There you go. Because you can have an Emmy. Okay, you can have an Emmy in your life. Whether you're a singer, a songwriter, you can claim that Emmy. You can attract that Emmy as a business person. You can attract that Emmy in your life, even if you're not in business. You know, you can be the star that you want to be, and you can go out there and accomplish whatever you want to accomplish, no holds barred. Is that correct, Janie?
Absolutely. Blessings and miracles every day, Raven.
Blessings and miracles every day. So let's talk about a little bit of your story, and then we're going to get to that Emmy. Okay. But before that Emmy, there was what? Tell us a little bit about Janie, and how you got into music, writing, producing, all the stuff that you do.
Mm-hmm. Raven, when I was 9 years old, I saw the commercial, I'd like to teach the world to sing it was a Coke advertisement. And something happened inside of me the day that I saw that for the first time. And it raised my vibration and it made me feel like I was supposed to do something similar to that in my life. I felt like I was supposed to play the guitar and I was supposed to have a message of peace and love and kindness. And somehow when I was 12 years old, I got that guitar and I just started writing songs. I didn't know any songs and I hadn't taken any lessons. So I just learned a few chords and out came, these messages through music.
Oh, now that's the one thing you need to do. Let me unplug that because I meant to do that earlier. I apologize for that. That's probably one of my guests that I told not to call me. Sorry about that. That's why I don't have Periscope on because I know my phone will be breaking out. Well, I want to ask you this. When you think about writing a song, what goes in the thought process? Is it something that happened to you, something that happened to someone else? Is it that you just, feel like, I just want to create something and that's how you create?
For me, it's always been that some emotion wells up inside of me and it's as though there's a story already written. And when the emotion comes and you kind of swell up, you pull out your guitar or grab the piano and something just happens and a story is told. Now, sometimes if you're co-writing with someone and you don't really know what you're going to write about, you just sit down together and you come up with some ideas. That's a little bit different. I think that has a little bit more of the mind involved, whereas a lot of the stuff that I think that I do on my own, it maybe starts more with the heart. But it has to do with with life and love and the people that you meet along the way. I always say, when they say, well, gosh, you won the Emmy. How did that happen?
How'd you do that?
I say, well, it's like, if I lived alone on this planet, I would not be inspired to write a song, an Emmy-winning song. It's the people you meet along the way that really bring the emotion to you to be able to create something beautiful like that.
Mm. Well,
so the Emmy really goes to everyone you've ever met.
What'd you say?
I said, so the Emmy really goes to everyone who's ever touched your heart.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I know you wrote a beautiful song for me, but we're going to talk about that soon. So I appreciate that, and it's on her album. Do you have your CD that you can show people the cover?
Right behind me here. I can take it off the wall.
That.
Here we go. This is there's a little bit of a glare, but this is called North Star. And I just released it in October, on October 8th. 8's my lucky number. And
y'all, that's amazing.
So you can find that by going to JanieLydey.com.
Absolutely. JanieLydey.com. And feel free to type it in, someone. Or Janie, you can type it in too, because people will be listening to the replay. And let's just take a pause for a cause. Hey, everyone, if you're just tuning in, watching us on the replay, first of all, welcome. And we appreciate you being here. This is going to be a rocking show. I mean, a red hot show. And we are going to be just having a fun day, getting the behind the stories, the how-tos, what makes a great hit. So, you got to really listen to what they're saying. There's going to be a lot of golden nuggets that you can pull out. Don't let them slide on by. Okay. You want to make sure you get them right. Because, Janie, when we're listening to stories, sometimes we're like, oh, okay. But we don't realize that there's a lot of little golden nuggets, golden nuggets that are in those stories. So absolutely. We appreciate you sharing your story with us. Who are some of the top people you worked with, and who's your favorite? John's not here yet, so you can be honest.
Well, okay. So, on this most recent album, I have a fiddle player named Janae Fleener, who, if you've been watching The Voice, you would have seen her recently. She played with Dolly Parton the other night. She actually was on live last night, and she's probably the most incredible musician and the most beautiful, humble person you could meet. And so she's all over North Star. And she just won the CMA Touring Musician of the Year award. She found out this week, and so but all the people that come into your life, whether they're someone who's got a lot of accolades, or someone who's famous, or someone who is a brand new musician, whoever it is, it's all a vibration that that brings something new to the table. So I would just have to say, I love working with everyone that I get to work with.
What's your biggest challenge you have when you go into creation mode and you're writing that song? What's the biggest challenge you have?
I think what I've learned more than ever this year is how important it is to quiet your mind from all the noise. I talk about that in the North Star song, and there's a lady named Martha Beck who's a life coach and an editor for Oprah. She's the one who inspired that song, and it's all about really quieting your mind and listening to your own voice, and knowing that you have a power. It's a quiet power that comes from in here. But I think when you allow that quiet to happen, a huge amount of inspiration comes, and I've had some really beautiful songs come out of that quiet mode this year.
I believe that. I had the blessings of interviewing Lindsay Wagner a while back, the bionic woman, and she said you got to quiet your mind and open your heart. Is that true?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Lindsay Wagner was one of my favorites growing up, and everybody used to call me the Bionic Woman because they said, "You kind of look like Lindsay
I know
Wagner."
you do. You really do. Hey guys, does she look like the young? Yes, she does. Yes. Oh, who was that said they love John Cash? Yeah. Well, he'll be coming on next. So get the word out. Help us spread the word. He's coming out yet. He's Janie's friend. We're going to find out how she met him soon. Yeah. So, okay. Now, when you get to the point where you're quieting your mind, and you start creating these amazing songs, how do you know when you got it? How do you know when that's it? What's your that's it moment?
Well, okay. So that feeling you get when the hair literally raises up on your arms and truly, you just feel like you're floating a little bit above the ground. I think that's what happens when a really good song comes along. You finish it and your vibration raises up to the point where you just feel like you've been, sort of granted this incredible gift from, almost as though something were already written in the stars and it was so powerful, and you just, were the song catcher and brought it to life here on Earth. Sounds kind of weird, but
the song catcher.
Yeah.
Got it. Awesome. That's wonderful. Okay. So I want to play a little bit of your song, and then I want you to tell us a little bit about the story behind it. Okay. Because it's always the story behind it. So hold on. Let me just tune up and let me know. You guys, let me know if it's too loud. So I'm going to find this one by Janie. Let's listen to a little bit of this. And this is North Star.
Today I ask the universe.
How's it sound? Okay. Loud enough?
Teach me what I cannot see. Give me faith so that I can believe. Help me find the rhythm of my soul and let her breathe. Turn on my light and let her shine. Help me dig a little deeper inside and find the glow that I can leave behind. It's time to find your own North Star. Be still and let it form within your heart. It's a wild new world where you can claim who you really are. Finding your North Star. Quiet your mind from all the noise. Speak your truth and use your own voice. Put your faith in miracles and rejoice.
Tell us about the thought process. What were you thinking?
Imagine like you were a little girl.
Tell us about the thought process of this. What were you thinking?
This song really came out of listening to and watching Martha Beck's message. Again, she's the one who inspired it. And
it's time to find.
he wrote a book called Finding Your Own North Star. And by reading her blog every day, this is something to share, with people who are wanting to feel inspiration. Somebody who has a message that really penetrates, that really raises your vibration. As I listened to her message and read her blog every day, I started to feel the feelings that I think, she has spent her lifetime kind of developing and creating a program that helps people. And so one day the song just came flying out, and so And in the process, I think it's really the feeling of being sort of that mighty oak that we all come here to eventually become.
Wow, beautiful.
It's a wild world where you can claim who you really are. Finding your North Star.
Janie with North Star. Let's give her a hand on that one. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. So beautiful.
Thank you.
So, when you were young and you said, Mom and Dad, I want to sing, what did they say?
I have the greatest parents on earth, because when I said I wanted to play the guitar and I wanted to start singing, they went right out and helped me get one. And my mom has always been a singer and played the piano by ear. And, we used to sing all the time when we were little. She would always sing us lullabies when we went to bed. And so when I brought that guitar home and I started writing songs, even if it was a silly song about my horse in the backyard, which was the first song I ever wrote, my parents would be so excited to listen every night to what I created. And that's not to say that I created something new every single night, but I would be out back. I would write something. I would come in and we'd sit in the kitchen and they would just listen. And they would make me feel like a total rock star, whether the song was amazing or not at age 12. The fact that they gave me the kind of feedback they gave me and the love and the nurturing. In fact, my whole family gave that to me. It created a sense of belonging. It created a sense of direction. And it just made me want to do more of that. And as I saw how the messages I was writing about, peace, love, and happiness was kind of my theme. As I saw how those messages were affecting my friends, an audience in a talent show, or just one person who was listening to me, I thought, if I can make a difference like this every day, doing something that I absolutely love to do, then I must be living in heaven. I don't know that I'm really on earth.
Well, I love what you said there. If you can make a difference every day. And I wanted to speak to the audience on that, because this is a music Blabaganza, but there's so much message behind what you'll hear today. And just think about it. We're all doing something that we feel is our purpose in life. And it's all about making a difference and paying it forward, isn't it? It really is. And so I love that you said that. And, it goes back to what Zig Ziglar said a long time ago. The late great Zig Ziglar always is known for saying, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. Right. Yeah. And so take the focus off of your hurt, take the focus off of your pain, and I imagine that's what you do as an artist, is you just look at, okay, what's in it for the other people? Mm-hmm. What transformation do people with the same pain and stuff want to make? Yeah.
Yeah. I think the biggest compliment that I have received from people over the years who have had my CDs in their car is they say, I get in the car in the morning and I just leave your CD in the deck. And on my way to work, I listen, and it absolutely calms me down, helps me just breathe deeply and think of my gratitudes, think of what this day can be. Because we all can, create the day that we want every single day when we start it with gratitude and kindness and love and all that. And they say, your music just really helps me live a better life. And so that's what I want to do. I want to, whether it's for one person or whether it is for a million people,
your music helps me want to live a better life. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And it's so wonderful when people come up to us as leaders, singers, artists, business owners and say, your song your book, what you're doing, Troy, with your Blab channel, what you're doing, Anna, with your coaching, what you're doing, Mary, with faith and forgiveness, and all of us that's in here, Rena, and helping people go mobile, whatever you're doing, when someone comes up and they say, I tried it and it's changed my life. It helped me to do something. Isn't it? That's what it's all about.
It is.
We think it's about us. Isn't that funny? You think it's about us. Even when you write your song, you think, well, I'm in this pain. It's about me. But then when you get into it, it's so much more. Mm-hmm. It's so much more. And that's how we have to look at life. We have to really get into it and know that whatever destiny that we were put on this planet to go for in our journey, it's not about us. It appears to be about us, right, but it really isn't about us. Right, Janie? It right. really isn't. Okay. So, yeah, she does have a sweet spirit, Anna. She does. So, I know you got a lot of accolades on North Star. What's gone on since you created this?
When I was in the studio in Nashville, creating North Star, the album, I actually had a different title for the album. And all of the guys in the studio, including Janae Fleener, my fiddle player I was talking about, said, I hope this is going to be the title song for your album, North Star. And I said, well, gosh, I hadn't thought of that. And they said, oh my goodness, this makes sense. And besides, you're from Alaska. You're a North Star. So I thought, well, okay. So I named the album North Star, and I don't know, before I think the album even came out, the song was heard by someone in the Nashville Songwriters Association International Foundation organization, and they nominated it for their top 40 pick, which they do about every quarter during the year. Mm-hmm. And so the 40 songs came up, and I started sending it out to my friends and family and lists, and suddenly North Star is sitting at the number one spot in the Nashville Songwriters Association International Top 40 pick. And I think I have 2,500 votes. And if you want to go in and listen to it and vote for it, you can actually just
let's vote. Yeah. Where do we need to go? Let's all vote.
Go to Janie, go vote. Janie Lidey Music on Facebook, Janie Lidey Music, and you'll see a link right there, one or two down on my page, and you just click on it, listen to the song, and hopefully give it a 5-star rating. If there's 5 stars, you click on the star on the right.
Oh my God. Thanks for sharing, Troy. Thanks for sharing, y'all. Yes, let's go. I love it when people, let's help get her there, because you heard that beautiful voice. Now we got to play another song, and then we're going to open it up if anyone has any questions for Janie, but we're going to play another song, and she's going to share that share the story behind that. But Janie, I want to talk a little bit more about what you said, raising your vibration through the magic of a song, because I got a feeling we've got new people that have just joined us. Mm-hmm. And hold on once. So can you go ahead and share that with us, please?
Absolutely. So I have a book that I wrote a couple of years ago called The Magic of a Song. And each chapter in the book ends with a song that relates to the chapter. So chapter's about taking a leap of faith. The song is Leap of Faith. And the whole idea about raising your vibration through a song, I mean, there's so many examples from the time that you're born and your parents play music to you to the time that you're, ready to pass on in the world. My father recently was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And one day he looked at me and he looked down at my guitar and he said, gee, I didn't know you played the guitar. And, that could break your heart. The person who listened to you all your life and came to all your concerts and, celebrated this musical thing that you did, put you through college and, for music. But what happened when he said that to me is I pulled my guitar out right away and I started playing old songs to him. And suddenly my dad, who doesn't know me anymore, came back. It was like this cognitive thing happened when the vibration of the music set in. It stirred an emotion, and the emotion created memory, and he was back with me. So I think the power of music to heal, whether it's in an Alzheimer's patient, someone with cancer, someone who's suffering from any kind of issue in their life, emotional, physical, mental, it just does something to, like you say, you always like to start the show with music because it raises you up. It makes you feel like you want to bop around, and so what a beautiful gift.
Well, I'm going to put the music on that you did for me and listen to this one. Don't wait to be great. I need to grab this call because it may be about Janie. I'll be right back.
Unleash the greatness from inside of you. Dream big and let it all begin. Do what you love and do it from your heart like a fire. Ignite from within. Don't wait to be great. Do it now. Don't hesitate. Get more like that living or living our life. Don't wait to be great. Great. Don't wait to be great. There's a power deep within your voice, more amazing than you know. And this moment is the perfect time. Sing it out and watch it grow. Don't wait to be great. Do it now. Don't hesitate. Get more like that living, and more living our life. Don't wait to be great. Great. Don't wait to be great. It's okay to stumble. It's okay to fall. But you can rise up from your pain. And you can have it all. Don't wait to be great. Do it now. Don't hesitate. Get more like that living and more living our life. Don't wait to be great. Don't wait to be great.
Sorry about that. We had to make sure everything was okay. I love that song. Share the story behind that.
Well, my good friend Raven, the talk show maven, and I met a couple of years ago at Craig Duswalt's marketing boot camp in Los Angeles. And then we ran into each other at several other different places. One was the California Women's Conference, where I was singing a song that I co-wrote with a group of people, and we were performing it for the event that year. And so Raven and I just started talking and realized that we had a lot in common. It just worked, we were easy together. And so,
absolutely.
Yeah, so we started to talk, me from Alaska and her from Southern California. And pretty soon we realized that that maybe we could help each other out. And so we started doing some bartering, and she said, well, gosh, I would love to have a song. And it started out as just a snippet, kind of a chorus. And then it was something bigger. And my producer, Matt Wilder in Nashville, helped me sort of bring it to another level. And actually, I have to tell you this, Raven, there's a lady named Rebecca Lynn Howard who is singing backup vocals for me on that song.
Okay.
And she is now in a group called Loving Mary, and she's been singing with none other than Steven Tyler.
Oh,
yeah.
Got to get her on the show.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's really cool.
That's amazing. That is amazing. So don't wait to be great. I mean, I just love this song. It's such a beautiful song. And my thoughts on that song was basically when I was talking to Janie about it was, after seeing my mom in the hospital, as you know, with tubes around her and, before she passed away, and me being there, I realized how I had been wasting my space on earth. Had not been living my passion and purpose. It took that moment with her and that moment in time to open up my eyes, for me to step up, show up, and grow up. And I realized, wow, we can't waste the space that we have. We can't wait to be great. We got to stop dotting the I's and trying to cross the T's and get everything perfect. our journey is meant for us to stumble and fall along the way, right? It really is. I mean, you probably became a better artist, a better songwriter, a better singer from the mistakes that you made and from the lessons you learned.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So let's talk about that. What are some of the lessons you've learned along your journey?
Oh my goodness. So many. I think that the most incredible thing that I've learned over the last probably 5 years of my life, since I retired from being a high school choir and guitar teacher, is that gratitude, true, sincere gratitude for whatever you're going through, absolutely brings blessings and miracles into your life.
Blessings and miracles.
When you have a lot to be grateful for, it's easy to say, oh, I'm so grateful, I'm so happy, whatever. But when you have something really, really devastating happen to you, and you can stop and you can say, you know what, this is really, really difficult, but I'm so grateful, to be going through this because it is making me a better person and giving me the kind of lessons I need to learn to help other people that are going through something really, really difficult. And for me, it's just when something is horribly wrong, I just look to God and I go, you know what? Thank you for this because I'm growing and I'm just learning so much that gratitude isn't about, always just being thankful for those things that are good in your life. It's really about everything that you go through.
What's one of the things that you're most thankful for?
Oh, I'm so thankful for my husband, Sean, and our son, Tristan, and our beautiful yellow lab, Beaver, and our home that we built together. We built a log home on a hillside in Alaska that looks over Mount Denali. And, we just have a very peaceful, quiet life, kind of in the woods. And we just love each other so completely. And I think we've been together since before time and we'll be together forever. So that's my story.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, this has been great. I'm going to open up the seats for a couple questions if anyone wants to jump in and talk to Janie. And Janie, we got a special guest coming up next, and of course, that's your dear friend, John Carter Cash. And thank you for introducing me to him. And he's just a joy to speak with. So how did you guys meet?
I was invited to Johnny Cash's home I think it's been a little over 2 years ago by my good friend, Skip Franklin. And he just said, Janie, I want you to follow me somewhere tomorrow. Bring your guitar and look like a rock star. So I went and followed him. And suddenly I was in this beautiful home where there was a log cabin in the back. And I went in and met all these beautiful people. John Carter was one of them. I had no idea why I was invited there, but I learned later that my friend Skip Franklin just really believed in me as a songwriter and as a person who would be good with collaboration and, didn't have an ego, wasn't trying to prove anything or become famous, so to speak. And so I got to spend 6 weeks co-writing with John and Wesley Orbison and Sarah Pizal and a bunch of other just beautiful, beautiful souls. And I learned and grew so much. And so, John Carter, if you're listening to this, I just hope you know how much I appreciate having met you and got to, getting to spend time with you and your beautiful family. So thanks. And can't wait to listen to you.
Oh, that's so sweet. He's listening and we're going to bring him in. If he wants to come on in and say hi to Janie, you can. Mary Smith Moore has a question.
Hi,
so
Mary.
Hey, Mary, you look gorgeous. How are you?
Janie, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty. My question is, when you spend a lot of time with kids, they are so funny and so wise. What is the wisest, funniest thing you learned from one of your students?
Oh my goodness. Well, I used to have a girl that came into my office every single morning and just said something to me, whether it was funny or whether she had a little song that she would sing or some little thing that she had made with her little sister to give to me. What I learned from her name is Michelle, and unfortunately she's not with us anymore. She's with me from above, is that, if you can make a difference in somebody's life every day, whether by just showing up and going, I love you, Mrs. Lidey, or here's a present that I made for you last night, or I want to sing you a little song that I just wrote, or whatever it is, that just show up and bring your heart with you and just have some humor and have some fun and have some love.
Oh, I like that.
Awesome. Well, Mary, it's good to see you. I know you're going to be in and out with us. Mary, for everyone, is my award-winning host. She walked away with the trophy on the red carpet. Janie, you got a chance to see her. Remember? At the red carpet interview seekers, Janie actually sung my the Don't Wait to Be Great song at the event. Khalid just texted and told me to tell you hello. So it was great. Did you enjoy your red carpet interview experience? Janie, can you hear me?
It was amazing. And actually and so I got to be on Mary's show after we met at your show, and she did an interview with me, and so we kind of are good friends now too.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, who could not be friends with Mary for sure? Well, listen, we so appreciate you coming in. Let's see if John, if you want to step in and say hi to Janie, you can. Thank you, Mary. Stand by, okay? Okay. Yeah. And Khalid wanted me to tell you hello. So your final thought to the people that are in the room here that, Janie, I think we have another question that maybe thinking about writing a song, may have been in music for a while, but they just don't know how to move forward. What would that be?
I think, just being authentic to who you are. So if what you want to do is make a difference by writing music and sharing music, be authentic. Look inside your own heart and listen to your own voice, because we all have this quiet power inside of us that is just waiting to be born, and just go for it and go for it every day with gratitude.
Be authentic. Go for it every day with gratitude in mind. I think we have another question. Kevin, do you have a question? I'll fix my seat.
Well, so you're a singer-songwriter, Janie?
We can't hear you at all.
You're a singer-songwriter?
Huh?
No, you're a singer-songwriter, Janie, right?
Janie is.
Yes, I am a singer-songwriter.
So when we said that, empowered the same way as a music producer, as the same way as a singer-songwriter, is the same way.
You know what, Kevin, you're going to have to type your question in because we can't hear you. For some reason, the audio is bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna exit you out, but go ahead and write your question in if you like. Well, Janie, I just want to thank you so much for being here. I mean, you're just a joy, and we got to have you on again. As you progress, just keep us informed. We're your media gal. Janie, I got to mention, is on the cover of our magazine. This is too loud. He's got engineered back up. She's on the cover of the Amazing Women magazine. And so we were hoping it would be out this week, but it's going to be coming out. It'll hit next Monday. So you guys were excited, and so I'm going to give you that link. It's Amazing Women. Hey, John. Amazing Women magazine.com. Okay, so you can go there and pick up November's issue where we have Alveda King and her mother, Naomi King, Martin Luther King's family. We have them, but also we have LJ, who is one of our hosts on there. But that's last month. This month, coming next Monday, we will have this lady right here, on the cover with her guitar. Janie Lidey. Janie, there's John. Hey, John, how you doing?
Hey
Hi,
guys.
John.
Janie, are you in Alaska? Or
I
okay,
am in
okay, very
Alaska,
nice,
yes.
very nice. Hello from across the United States, and also to you, Raven. Good to see you.
Hello, John. You look so young. My goodness.
Oh, I just shaved. I have somewhat of a big. That is very true. Yeah.
It did good for you.
Yeah.
You shaved well.
Yeah. Well, I have shaved partially, actually.
Well, she was sharing with us a little bit about how you guys met. And isn't it interesting, guys, when you connect with someone, you know it when you connect with someone, right? You don't have to think it. You don't have to try to master the plan or anything, try to push it forward. It just happens, doesn't it?
This is the truth. This is the truth. Actually, I had the opportunity to write some songs with Janie. We had a writing group out at the Cash Cabin Studio, which is where I do my music and whatnot in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And Janie was part of that writing group. The guy that just crossed in the background also was part of that group and works with me. Tuck your head in there, Trey. This is Trey Call. Say hi, Trey.
Hey, Trey. I love Trey.
Yeah, but anyway, creativity, it never ceases out in Hendersonville and also in the hearts of those who have this creativity and are inspired.
Yeah. Well, let me see. Janie, they had a question in here. The guy that was trying to get on said, what genre of music do you write?
I would call my music mostly Americana, but that can kind of go country. It can go folk. It can go a little bit soft rock. I think it's story music. So whatever you're trying to convey in your story, whatever musical feeling comes along with that is what comes out. And again, it's kind of the Americana.
Americana. All right. It's got to be Americana. All right, Janie. Well, everybody's got to sing. Oh, did you want to share something on that, John?
No, Americana for America or for the world also.
Yeah, absolutely. Americana.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
What is the Christmas song you're going to sing your way out of here? And John, I hope they warned you. This is a happy holiday.
That I had to
yes, guys. So in the spirit of Christmas coming, and the holiday here now, and love and togetherness and forgiveness and all that stuff. Janie, what Christmas song are you going to leave us with as you exit out gracefully?
I'm just going to sing a little verse of Silent Night because that to me is just a beautiful Christmas song. Before I sing it, though, I would really like to say thank you, Raven. I love you. I appreciate you. You have really, really raised my vibration over the last couple of years since we've met. Your message is incredible, and you're doing such an amazing job. Your platform is, I'm just so excited for what's happening to you. And I have to say that I'm so grateful to you, John, for taking my call and stepping up and saying yes to Raven's invitation, because you are such a blessing in so many people's lives, and this is just
and thank you, John. I've thanked you, of course, and I felt there was an instant connection to another one. You just know when you talk to people, I think it's spirited people. It's something about heart-centered people. You know when you connect and stuff like that. But Janie, take it away, girl.
Holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
All right. Woo! Let's give her a hand. Thank you, Janie. We love you. Merry Christmas, girl, and happy holidays. Amazing Women in Power, December 2015 cover girl. Take a snapshot. You're looking at her. Run, don't walk. Go to amazingwomenmagazine.com starting next Monday and get your issue. Yes, go subscribe now so you can have it automatically. Thank you, Janie. You made a beautiful cover, girl.
Thank you, Raven. Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right, guys, we got a treat coming up. So it's time to get those tweets. Let me get some music on of John's and to give him a welcome in here. John Carter Cash, he's here. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. I'm so excited to have him here. So let's just make sure. John, is that too loud? Is that music too loud?
Sounds fine to me.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure, because what you guys are hearing on your end is different from me. It's not too loud. Good. All right, guys. Well, first of all, I want to, before we introduce John, I want to remind you that you are tuning into the amazing women and men of power, world's leading positive programming network, powered by Raven International. Hey, that's me. You're listening to us from iTunes Live and from Blab in the studio here live and on replay and on Amazing Women of Power TV and Amazing Women of Power Radio. And we're on Tybo, everywhere. So we're growing thanks to you. We appreciate you. Who is this crazy lady? I'm Raven, the talk show maybe known by many as the Queen of Blab, because I show you how to blab it up. And I got a crown to prove it. Let's see. I got a crown to prove it. There it is. Yay! The original Queen of Blab. And we show you how to interview top icons and experts just like John, so that you can hear the story, so that you can pass their message on. See, it's kind of like we're hooking our wagons to each other. We're helping each other pay it forward, push our message out to the world. All of us are artists in our own way. Wouldn't you agree, that, John?
Yes, ma'am.
You write, you sing, I talk a lot. My husband would say, we coach, we mentor. No matter what we do, we are all doing our part. So let me tell you about John, and then I'll put the music back on. He's going to share with us he's going to share his story and how he does what he does. So I can just okay.
Live on.
John, what is the name of that song we're listening to, since I can't get it off right now?
Live, actually.
It's called what now? Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. Fancy stuff. Okay, so let me tell you about John, and then we'll get into his music. Because John, the reason I wanted you here today is because we always look at great artists like yourself, but we don't really know the story on how these great songs come up. So we're talking about to John and to all our artists today about the behind the scenes. What does it take? So let me tell you a little bit about John, coming from a very, very famous family. Yes. June Carter and Johnny Cash, and he's going to share with us a little bit about them. I'm going to show you a quick picture of them just to take you back down memory lane. So let's bring up a picture of them right now. There they are. That's a
later life photograph there. It was taken.
Later life photograph. Yeah. What about this one, John?
Yeah, that's my mother and father and I, and we were actually on the road. We were traveling around, and a photographer came in and took some portraits of my parents and myself, and that's one of my favorite shots, actually.
I love that when I found it. Well, let me bring you on properly, and then we'll find out more. John Carter Cash, having been involved in music all his life, and an accomplished and award-winning record producer. However, his activities in the creative world reach far beyond just music production. You see, he's also a singer, songwriter, and author. And he is the son of June Carter Cash and Johnny Cash.
He's sneezing.
He's produced so many different songs. He's done material with Loretta Lynn, Oh, wow. Josh Turner, Brooks and Dunn, Elvis Costello. We're going to let him come on and bring and share his story. But what we're going to be finding out from him, not just that he's a hit maker like he is and his dad. We're going to find out a lot about his dad, a lot about their mom, because it's a whole great history on there. But we want to find out how he creates these songs and how he's carrying his dad's legend. But I've heard him talk about in many interviews, he loves his dad. He honors and appreciates what he has done, but he wants to be his own path, do it on his own path, his own way, with the memory of his dad. And I thought that was huge, John. And I think when you come from a legendary family like yourself, that's kind of easier to say it than to do it, right? Because everybody's expecting you to be just like them.
For me, what has been most important in my life, whether it be my career, whether it be in the way that I spend my time with my family, with my children, whether it's how I interact with my friends, is that I follow my heart and that I follow love. And that's the number one most important thing to me. Because, if I try to live in a shadow, if I try to add up to a certain thing that my father accomplished or whatnot, or I tried to walk in his footsteps, it just won't work. I have to follow my own heart. I have to follow my own path. And I see somebody on here that put a question and said, how much did you learn from your kids, or from the kids? Now from my children, I think it's a live and learn each day. I think I learn a lot from my children, and of course I teach my children, but what I feel inspired to relate to my children is that they learn and they figure out for themselves what is right and true, and that they follow their heart and they do what they do because they believe, and they let goodness speak into their heart. They let God speak into their heart about their direction and what they are to do. So from all this, from then I develop, hopefully, and they will develop their own path of understanding and their own what they believe. And so if I follow my heart and if I stay true to what I love, then I think I'm free. I truly am. I follow, I want to keep doing music because I love it, because it's what I'm inspired to do. And make my own unique footprint. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be a larger impact than my father's. It doesn't have to be, or is it less than? If it is less than, it is my own unique impact. And I think each person needs to recognize that in their own life, when they hold it against the candle of some other entertainer, or they, of their musical accomplishments or whatnot, is that you have to do what you love. And as long as you're doing what you love, then you're free.
Can't beat that. Yeah, that's why I love when you said that, because I talk a lot about how important it is, John, to be free to be me, free to be you, free to be us.
Yeah, I gotta be me.
Do it in our own way.
What was that? Yeah, I think it's a Far Side cartoon. Gary Larson did some wonderful work, and it's a huge group of penguins, and the one is sticking her head up right in the middle, and she's saying, "I've got to be me." You don't look like neither you nor I, Raven, look like just any of the other penguins. I think our hearts have created this about our lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And it takes so long for us to figure it out. Wouldn't you agree, John, that it's okay to be us, who we really are, and be our authentic selves?
And follow our love. I mean, that's really what it's about.
Following your
opportunity. And I know this is, focusing on amazing women, and I had the opportunity this past week to go to New York City, and I went to the Billboard Women in Music event there in New York City at Cipriani's, and Loretta Lynn was honored. She got the Legend Award. I've had the opportunity of working with Loretta in the past 7 years. Actually, we've recorded a lot of music together, and I've seen her shine, and it is from that individuality of spirit and soul that Loretta has been able to do this. I saw her get up, and, perform the night before. She had an opportunity to sing music with her, and it's people of integrity that last in this world, within their own hearts and their own love.
Yeah, integrity is so huge. Uh-oh, I'm getting an echo. Check.
Good.
Okay. And a lot of people that are tuning into the replay and listening to Amazing Women Power and all over on this, they fight with, the balance of, you know, being close to that borderline of integrity and not in business. You know how that little carrot is just dangling in us, you know, John, you know, you've been in the music world, and you know, your heart tells you, no, 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 you know, this ain't right. Something doesn't feel right about that. All of us fight with that, but we have to remember that, you know, it's us being in integrity in our business that's going to help us sustain. Wouldn't you agree, John?
I do. And yeah, we follow our integrity, and we follow that light of defining, you know, beauty, and we follow on our own art, our own individual art, what we believe about music, and what we believe about our artistry, and it is through this that we find peace and understanding. Most definitely, and then hopefully we can relate that to others who will also find some peace and understanding through our interpretation. Right.
Well, hold on a second, John. Let me just ask you this. I want to take you back to when you first started doing or writing music, or, you know, how did you start? Did you start just as a kid, just seeing your mom and dad, and then started, like a lot of people talk about, beating on a can, or, you know, just hearing the music and it just gets them going?
Yeah, you know, I grew up around music, and I don't remember a time that I didn't perform. My parents brought me out on stage when I could walk and had me take a bow after a song, or sing along with the gospel songs at the end of the show and whatnot. So I really don't remember a time that I didn't know music. But I think it wasn't until I was in my early teens that I really began to develop my own love for my own, you know, for what I wanted to do in music on my own in the world. I loved rock and roll, you know, I loved even hard rock and stuff like that. I mean, I didn't listen to my parents' music. I didn't listen to the Carter Family or Johnny Cash and whatnot. I listened to what I wanted to listen to. And it was through this music, you know, rock and roll, that I really defined my love for music. And because it was unique and individual, it was my own. I began to write, actually, the very first song I wrote, I think I was 9 or 10 years old. And I borrowed a melody, actually, from another song that I had heard, and played it for my dad. He was very proud of me. And later on, I admitted that I had borrowed the melody. But anyway, it was that, you know, that was the beginning of my writing. I began to write more as a teenager. And I always wrote because I loved it. I didn't write to write a hit. I didn't write to, you know, to be a star. You know, I wrote because I loved music. And that was what inspired me. I love the freedom that I found when I worked in music, and so that was the fire beneath my feet that drove me on. You know, I began in my late 20s, later in my 20s, to record music and produce records and whatnot. And I worked for my father in the studio towards the end of his life, and continued on after he passed away, recording music. And within, you know, the past 15 years, 17 years, being a record producer has been my day job. I run the Cash Cabin Studio in Hendersonville, Tennessee. But it's all about following my heart. It's all about staying true to what I love and what I believe. And so hopefully inside, I still have that desire to write and to perform music because it's what I love.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about, was that Cash Cabin Studios, right? Is that the
yes, ma'am?
Cash Cabin Studio. Yeah, tell us about that. How does it? Because you're still working in there every day. This is where you.
Yeah, we're working there quite often. My dad built a log cabin in the woods in 1979, across the street from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and it just built it as a place to get away and to go find some quiet at the end of, you know, after he'd been on the road. And when he got back home, sometimes it was louder at home than it was on the road. And so he went into the woods in the cabin and would spend time there in this small log cabin in the woods, just maybe writing or just watching movies and just, you know, relaxing and taking this time. And it was, you know, it was my hanging out with him when I was a young boy, you know, that inspired me also to get into music, because I'd see him write and whatnot at the cabin. But when in the early 90s, he started to record music in this little log cabin, and eventually it turned into a recording studio. It just we built onto it. We've added more things to it through the years. I worked with an engineer named Chuck Turner and have for about 16, 17 years. I did my mother's record, Wildwood Flower, in the cabin, and actually The record she did called Press On was also done there. Both of those won Grammys. And it was from then that we continued, to make music. Even after when my parents passed away, started to work with other artists. I've done projects for Billy Joe Shaver, Marty Stewart, and different artists there in the cabin. And I've had a lot of folks come out and visit and have done recordings there. But notably, in the past 7 years, I've worked, as I said, with Loretta Lynn, and we've recorded 93 songs in the Cash Cabin studio. There's a record coming out on Loretta. It's coming out March 4th. It's going to be called Full Circle, that I produced with her daughter, Patsy Lynn Russell.
Oh, okay.
And,
cool.
Yeah, Patsy Lynn is Loretta's daughter, and Patsy and I produced the record together. And it's coming out on March 4th. It'll be on Sony Legacy, and we're really excited about that.
Awesome. Wow. Great work. Great work. Okay. If I just want to take a quick commercial break. So if you need to grab something to drink quick, we got about 15, 20 more minutes. Then we're going to bring Anna on. Okay. And, and we're going to play a little bit of your music, and I want to hear behind the stories on this. So I just want to remind everyone, if you're tuned in and listening to the replay, watching us live from Amazing Women of Power TV or Amazing Women of Power Radio. And by the way, John, we feature the Amazing Men on Friday. So we give props to our amazing men as well. Or if you're listening to us on Blab or Blab Replay, or however you're listening to us, iTunes Live, we want to say hello. Wave, John. Wave to the people, John. Hi.
Hello, people. Hello.
That is John Carter Cash, son of Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash. And we're excited to have him here, and friend of Janie Lidey for sure. You just watched her. We have so much more coming up. We've got Sheila Ray Charles coming on, who is Ray Charles' daughter. And we have Bobby Brooke Wilson, who is Jackie Wilson. Do you know them, John? Are you familiar with them?
I haven't met them.
You haven't met them? So. Okay. And we also have Nate Evans, who sang with the Temptations and Impressions. And so we got Charles Connor, who played the drums for Little Richard. And Bunny DeBarge will be coming as well, who, of course, sang with the great Motown group, the DeBarge. So stick and stay. As my good friend Rena D says, don't go away, because there's going to be so much more to be coming. But right now, we are just so excited to be here with John. So stay tuned. John, one of the things that I know for sure that I heard you talk about is I think I was listening to an interview a couple days ago, and getting back on the thought of walking your own path. And we're really huge here about walking your own path. But explain what you feel like that really means from your heart. Don't hold back, because everybody has a different way of saying that. And what does it really mean to walk your own path? Because I know our listeners is going to get a lot of insight from that.
It is truly as simple as following your love. Is following what you love. That individually we have within our hearts, within our lives, a choice that we can be pulled a certain direction by one thing or another. We find wherein we find our light, wherein we find our hope, where is our love, and down this path is where we find our own way. Our own unique direction and I truly that's the way that I feel. That I hope to follow my love each and every day.
Yeah. Yeah. And all of us are unique in our own way, in our own way. We have a lot of similarities. I'm sure you do to your dad and your mom, as all of us do. But we do, as he said earlier, we need to be free to be us and find ourselves. Sometimes it's just hard finding ourselves, because everybody's saying you should go this way, that way. Did you fight with that at first, trying to really find who you are?
Well, I mean, as the son of an entertainer, you are a child of an entertainer. I think it's watching the world watch that parent. You see how that parent is looked up to, and so it's as if at some points in my life it may have been as if I was in a competition. It is an understanding that I have my own love and my own path, that I've pulled away from any competition and whatnot, and and that's been where I found my peace. But I think a lot of people that are children of entertainers struggle with that through their lives.
Yeah, they do. You hear that quite a bit for sure. So, John, you got sisters. How many? 4 or 5? How many sisters do you have?
I had 6 half sisters. My mother had 2 daughters. I had, from 2 previous marriages. One of my mother's daughters died Her name was Rosanna, and she died. My father has 4 daughters, surviving. And that's Roseanne, Kathy, Cindy, and Tara. Of course, my mother's surviving daughter is Carlene. But my mother was married twice before. My father was married once before, and I have 5 surviving half sisters, and all of them at one point or another have done some sort of music in their life. My sister Roseanne, of course, Roseanne Cash is a Grammy award-winning recording artist who still makes music. Married to a producer named John Leventhal in New York City. Just saw her this past week. Carlene Carter, my mother's daughter, son of June Carter and Carl Smith, who is also a Country Music Hall of Fame member, still makes music. She did a record that came out not too long ago called Carter Girl. She's doing a lot of stuff on the road with John Mellencamp, and they're having a lot of fun together. I have a sister that lives in Portland, Oregon, Tara. Cindy lives in Ventura, California. Kathy lives in Nashville, and I'm here in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Actually,
Hendersonville. Oh my God, are you in Hendersonville? Are you serious? Yeah. My grandparents were in Hendersonville. I used to write. Yeah, I used to go out there. I don't remember, but they tell me I used to go out there when I was little, and I really liked their horses. Right?
Yeah. This is where I was born and raised. It's born in Madison, Tennessee, just down the road. But yeah, I'm 26 miles from Nashville, just north of Nashville, and it's home. Actually, on the same property that my parents owned when I was growing up. So,
wow,
yeah,
that's amazing.
It's home. I raised fallow deer. I just went and fed my new alpacas right before we sat down. Changed my shirt, as I said. Before that, I had alpaca hair all over me. We got 8 eggs yesterday from our chickens, and we got 4 so far today. I'm going to go back later and see what the day's egg count is. So I keep my friends and my family in eggs, and we have a lot of fun. We really do.
That's awesome. I want you to tell us real quickly about, and Anna, if you're tuning in, we've got about 10 minutes and we're going to bring you in. House of Cash, you have 2 books, and Lupus Rex. Tell us about those real quickly.
Actually, I've got 6 published books. I've got 3 children's books.
Okay. Wow.
And then I've got Lupus Rex is a novel that I wrote, actually, and I'm very, very proud of that novel. It's a fantasy novel. It contains hardships and struggles, but it is like a talking animals and whatnot. I'm very proud of that novel. And then House of Cash is a book that I wrote and I put together that tells a historical part of my father's life and my personal relationship with him and all of the Cash family. But it's an in-depth understanding because the book actually contains facsimiles of my father's handwritten documents, his letters to my mother and whatnot, and that House of Cash book I'm very proud of. So it's you can still find that out there. And with the holiday season, it's like a coffee table book. There's also a softcover version of House of Cash. I also wrote my mother's biography called Anchored in Love.
Oh, you did? Oh, wow. Wow.
My mother.
So, how difficult was that? Did it take a lot of years and a lot of gathering, or?
It took about a year really to finish the first draft. But, I knew when I was asked if I would do it, I knew that if I said yes and that I would do this book, that it would possibly become, it might be tough to do. I'd have to dig through some pain and I'd have to face some issues and whatnot. However, in the end, when I look back and when having gone through this, to me, it is truly a catharsis. It was quite a healing to be able to have the opportunity to do this, to put this book together. So that's the enduring legacy of this book.
That's awesome. Let's talk about what it takes. And we asked Janie the same thing. And I want to ask all my artists today to kind of share a little bit about what it really takes to write and produce and sing or even play a song versus what it takes to go through the same process for a hit, for a winning song. And how do you know when you got it?
Well, I think there's different. It's different in different case scenarios. The Beatles performed. If you look at the hours of time that they spent on stage before they put out their first record, they performed together maybe 10,000 hours before they put out their first record. So that's one thing that they did. The Beatles is that they became masters before they ever really released their first record. But there again, we're back to the heart, and that's what matters.
We can't get away from that heart, John.
Can't get away from the heart, right from the heart, and it will make a difference in life. It truly will. And that's really what it's about is coming from the heart. And you couldn't have that hit song if it wasn't from the heart. You couldn't have that new hope in life if it hadn't been for the fact that you were coming from the heart. That's really what it's about. So I know what you can't do it without the heart. I can tell you that. So
yeah. Do you feel like a lot of artists, and maybe this happened to yourself, because I know as business people, we always have such a hard time with getting in our head. We want to dot the I's and cross the T's. We want to get everything perfect, and we're free to let it go and let it flow. Is that how it is sometimes in your world?
Yeah, it's not always as easy. It's like in the industry that we live in. I think people can be disregarded even if they show their heart sometimes. And it's just like it is in any business. It's persistence that makes it happen. There is a lot of wondrous genius in the music business, and there's a lot of people that have that genius that don't just continue to follow their intuition and keep striving and trying. And I'm not saying that's necessarily what it always takes. And perhaps a ship does come in for some, but sometimes it comes around to people because they just don't quit. And I think that's what it's about, for so many people who find success in the music business, but it's not about record sales. It's not about money. It's about loving what you do. And that's the way I feel.
Loving what you do and being free to do what you feel your purpose is. Yeah. What do you feel like your purpose is?
To love. I truly do. I feel like my purpose is to live in this world and to share that love with those that I'm closest to. And that's a number one purpose. Hopefully, but who knows what a higher purpose is? It may be something that one of us may say to somebody in passing that we may never even know influence somebody that may change that person's life. And that person may go on and change the world. And maybe it's not up to us to even know that that's happened. So, who knows? We just keep doing what's right. Yeah.
What do you feel is your biggest challenge, or maybe in the past, maybe you got past it since then, but let's put it like this. What was your biggest challenge starting out in, let's say, writing and creating and producing?
I think it was just being consistent. I think I just needed to continue to be consistent, and keep doing what I love, of course. But it, it took me dedicating and really, working my fingers, to make it happen in my life. I was blessed enough to have some sort of success and to have Grammy Awards and whatnot. But it's because I followed my heart, and that I've continued to love. So that's what it's about.
Tell us about your dad in 2 sentences so we can know who he is as much as we possibly can, or who he was.
He was a good father. He will not be forgotten. I think to me that sort of sums it up. Larry King asked him one time what he would like to be remembered as for when he was gone. He said, "I want to be remembered as a good father." So in that, he is successful, and he will not be forgotten. And
biggest lesson from your dad?
Biggest lesson? To carry on in the face of adversary. I watched him live that. I truly did.
Yeah.
That no matter what, that in his own sickness, his own infirmities, that he continued on. He did not cease.
Don't give in to the demons They're always around, you know, the things that are always trying to pull you down, just stay in there and keep fighting. Absolutely. Okay. Tell us in 2 sentences about your beautiful mom, June.
She loved no matter what. She truly did. She stayed true to what she believed in. And she was always forgiving. She never held a record of wrong. So she was gentle, she was loving, and she was always forgiving. And that's really my mother. That sort of sums it up and who she was. There were musical, of course. From her. You know, it was to love and forgive. It truly was.
Wow, that was just really love. You came from a very loving family. You know, that message keeps coming off strong. That's beautiful. Mary Smith Moore was saying that is beautiful. It absolutely is. Now you huh?
Oh yeah. The love really came in strong. Yeah,
strong. Now you have a CD, or upcoming CD. We Must Believe in Magic. And this is being produced in the Cash Cabin.
Yes, they're in Cash Cabin Studio. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, you know, I bet you are. When is it due for release? Is that the one that you were saying?
Hopefully it'll be April. I got a feeling like hopefully it'll be April that the record comes out. It may be May, maybe as late as May. But it's coming together right now. We're really excited about it. So
awesome. Well, I know we got Anna standing by, so I'm going to play a little bit of your songs, a couple songs that we're going to share here with you, or that you shared with us, rather. One is No One Gets Out of Here Alive, and If God Made Anything Better. Oh, no. Is that yours? Yeah, Than a Woman. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we want to hear a little bit of this, and I'm going to play a little bit, and then I want to get some of your thought process, if you don't mind, on let's see. What was in your head, how it came about, and just a little story behind it. And my husband, the engineer, has instructed me not to blast it, so let me know if you guys can't hear that. How's that, John? Is that coming through okay?
Yep.
So let's just listen to a little bit of this one. It's Alive.
No one gets out of here alive. Sojourners stranded in the night.
No one gets out of here alive. John Carter Cash. Give a listen.
To the light. No one gets out of here alive. Mama cried, send my boy back home. Boy cries, cause mama, now she's gone. Stand for what you believe in, she said, looking straight in the eye. No one gets out of here.
I know what the answer to that, what sparked that one. Well, tell us about that song. Tell us about when you wrote that.
Yeah, you know, it's about sharing love. Share love every day of our life. And when we have the chance to share love.
Have the courage to share what you've been given.
Remember the love we've shared and wish we shared. It's really what it's about. It really comes from my father, telling me love with everything you've got right now. And that not too long before that. And that it's all over in the wink of an eye.
It's a beautiful song. How long does it usually take for you to write and go through the whole process?
Oh, it just depends. It really just depends. That song didn't take 30 minutes to write. It depends. Sometimes they just fall out.
You just never know. Okay, let's give a listen to this one.
As he laid down, I made
Can you hear that okay, John?
better than This is all life that he kept it for himself. You're the one I'm needing and wanting. Can't foresee me needing nothing
And
else.
that one is, if God made anything better than a woman.
Dried flowers last forever. They only change their gracious splendor as they dry.
I'm sorry, John, I had the music loud. What were you saying on that one now?
With my friend John Francis, and we just put it together, you know, out of love. We had fun writing it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So let's give a listen to that, and then we're going to open up the seat because it's time for us to bring your other half on Anna pretty soon. John Carter Cash, everyone. John Carter Cash. We're going to hold off on questions right now. We're going to bring Anna in, and then we'll open it up for.
She's actually right here with me, so she's just going to take over my seat.
Okay, good. Hold on one second. Mary, you can go ahead and jump in then.
Greatest blessing.
Yep. All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Can you sit next to me?
All right, Anna, how are you?
Nice to meet you. Great. I love your hat. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Uh-oh, can you hear it? Can you hear that okay, Anna? Is that coming over loud and clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me if I need to turn it up. Can you hear it okay? All right. Woo. Come on, Anna, move with me, girl. You know I love to dance.
I love to dance too. That's my thing. You know, I'm Cuban. I love to dance.
Okay. Come on, dance with Anna. Me and Anna dancing in the house. Yeah. All right, yeah. Woo! Anna Christina, guys, look at her. Isn't she gorgeous? This is John Carter Cash, fiance. Woo-wee. I love that. Nice big porcelain doll. Yay! You guys, let's blast the tweets. It's Anna and Raven dancing away. Woo! Welcome, Anna. Hold on one second. I'm going to bring on her. Let me just tell you a little bit about Anna, and then we're going to talk to her. Then we'll open it up for you guys to ask both her and John some questions. So let me tell you about this beautiful lady. First of all, she's beautiful. Anna Christina is a Cuban-American singer. That's where that dancing comes. Who was born June 2nd in Miami. She is known for her bluesy contralto voice and rare whistle register. Anna writes songs in the pop soul genre with the help of guitar and piano. You know what, Anna? It says that your charisma and incredible passion for life are what defines your personality. Her album, Porcelain Doll, is a collection, not album, CD, Raven, collection of 6 songs that encompass several different facets of relationships. This is her, Anna Christina. I mean, do you hear that beat? All right, Anna. Welcome. Anna.
How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
I feel like I already know you.
Just from speaking to John Carter and reading the bio, but it's great to be here, really, and to talk to you a little bit more about music, and happy holidays to you.
Yeah, happy holidays to you. And I know you and John got a song you're going to sing together as you close out. Yeah. So we got a few minutes. How did you get started in music, Anna?
I got started since I was a little girl, just by singing at fairs and by singing in school and singing in the church choir. And then later it grew into songwriting. It's a really big passion for me to write my music. And took up the guitar, a little bit of guitar and keyboard. That's how I write my songs. And I started off singing music in Spanish when I was signed to the Latin division of Sony Music. And I write in the pop soul genres and also country music as well. So have a lot going on. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So your favorite artist?
My favorite artist, I love Ella Fitzgerald's voice. I do. I think she has the most masterful voice. And Patsy Cline. I grew up listening to Gloria Estefan. Favorite artists of today, there's so many. There are so many to talk about. I really love Alicia Keys.
Oh, I love Alicia Keys. Oh my God.
She's
Yeah.
a talented
Yeah.
woman, very talented. Yeah.
Yeah.
There really
You
are
ever have
so
a chance
many.
to meet her?
Not in person yet. No.
Not yet.
No.
Okay. But who knows? You guys, you might speak something in existence. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool? Well, I know you got a CD, and that's
I
part
do.
of
If I
the.
could show it to you, it's called
Yes,
the West
absolutely.
Coast Sessions.
You guys take a
West-
snapshot of that.
Yeah, it's the West Coast Sessions, and it's on iTunes right now, and it's produced by Chris Price. I spent 3 years in California recording this album. All songs that I've written are co-written, and they're meaningful songs to me that I wrote over there when I lived in Los Angeles.
Oh,
And
okay.
I hope everyone enjoys it. And the single of that seems to be Porcelain Doll, the song you just played.
I love it. I love it. Porcelain Doll is nice. A nice beat. Nice beat. Now, was that
Thank
beat
you
given
so
to you, or did you kind of hear that
No,
yourself?
I created it on my keyboard. I started fumbling around with the percussion on my keyboard, and I started looping it myself, and I wrote the whole song myself, and I started, just putting all the harmonies in, and one thing led to another, and that it was just written by one night in my room alone.
No. It's really nice. Really nice beat. You guys hear that? That's her. That's her. Anna did that. Go, Anna. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Before we open it up for questions, I want to talk to you about your journey and your thought process in creating music, because this is kind of like the behind the artist. Okay, the sessions that we're doing today. So share with us, first of all, along your journey, what was the biggest challenge for you in getting to feel like, okay, this is my purpose. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to listen to anybody. And how do you get past the fears and the procrastination and self-doubt? You know, the stuff, Anna.
Oh, of course. All the things that artists have to deal with. I would say, really, it's about reaching from within. A lot of people seek out advice from so many other people, and so many people will fill your head with either fear or doubt or what they think you should be doing. But really, just to look inside internally and, speaking from the heart and looking at your own self and what you want to communicate to the public world, or, whether it's a happy song to make you feel better, or a sad song, or something that happens to you. That song may make somebody's day because you're communicating with them directly because it's something that may have caused you pain, and it's like something you document in a song. And as a songwriter, it's your job. It's your life. Free hustler, because you like alchemist, create something that you really. So, my purpose, my music, is really just make you feel better.
Mm-hmm. You're fading in a little bit. I hear a little echo, so stay close. Yeah, when you move a little bit. But you're like me. You're a mover. You're a mover.
Oh yeah, I shake my head a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Hold on one second. Everyone, if you just tuning in, this is the Amazing Women of Power World Leading Positive Programming Network. We so appreciate you being here. This is Anna Christina, and her song we've been playing is Porcelain Doll. That's off the album, and that is the song, right? Porcelain Doll?
Yes, Porcelain Doll from the West Coast Sessions. Yes, it's now on iTunes, and we've been playing a little bit of that, and we've been talking about the songwriting process and how meaningful it really was to me. And all those songs were really just songs that I started writing in my apartment when I was living in Los Angeles, either on my keyboard or on the guitar. And it's a wide collection of pop soul music, up tempo, more jazzy feeling, singer-songwriter style, and also some ballads.
Wow. Hey guys, we're going to be opening up seats in 5 minutes if you have questions, so get ready. I have a huge question that I would like for you to kind of share with us, and that is, when you started singing and writing and actually doing the music and stuff like that, what was the thing that gave you the most joy?
The most joy, I would say, again, it's like that aha moment when you're able to communicate something that was in your head, and kind of put it into words, into like a 4-minute or 3-minute song. A lot of live performances, like singing at the White House was a big deal to me in my life. In
Yeah,
2000.
you did. I seen that on the website. You go, girl. You go.
Thank you.
Don't tell me which president was it. Was it Bush? Which president was it?
Yeah, it was during the Bush administration. I sang at the.
How was that, Anna? Wait a minute. We got to stop. Pause the show. We can't just let that go by. How was that experience?
It was an amazing experience just because, you're singing for the president of the United States and all these amazing people. And you're like, I'm here doing this. This is great. It seems like it was like one of those once in a lifetime opportunities, and also got to sing at the White House as well. And those are the times that I enjoy in my career that, I enjoy those performances. It's great to say that I did it.
Awesome. Wow. How did that come about? Can you share?
It came about by sending my demo tape. I believe my manager at the time sent in my demo tape of me singing the Star Spangled Banner, and they just selected me to sing at the presidential inauguration for the Constitution Ball. And then the following year, a producer I worked with by the name of Emilio Estefan, he organized Hispanic Heritage Week at the White House.
Of course, we know him. Yeah.
Yeah. He invited me as the main guest, and I've known him since I was 17 years old. And I got to sing at the White House the following year because I had sung the year prior at the presidential inauguration. So that's
awesome. That's just amazing. What an amazing opportunity. What an honor, and something that you'll never forget. I know you took some great pictures and things like that for sure.
Yes.
Where do you see Anna Christina 5 years from now?
Well, right now I'm working on a country music album. I just released this album. Definitely will be married next year.
Yay!
So marriage is in the cards to my wonderful John Carter.
Yes.
I continue planning to make music. We have a country music we're working on together. He's actually producing it, and I'm writing with several writers and in the process of writing. So I'm recording that, and I just want to, keep performing my music and reaching out to people and doing what I love and just sharing the love and the joy, really, and just being myself.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna bring. Let's see. I know you guys are sharing there. So bring your honey back because we're gonna open it up some seats. I've seen Dean. Oh, good, Dean. Come on in if you want to. Troy, if you got a question. Mary, we're opening up for questions now for these lovely two, and then they got a great Christmas song they're gonna sing to us. But that was Anna Christina. The music, Anna, is just amazing. And if you just came, let's just hit a little bit of Porcelain Doll as we give you guys a chance to come on in. Don't be shy. Come on in and ask a couple questions if you like. But that is just a nice song, wonderful beat. You're a beautiful lady. I can see why he's smiling. And this is Anna, girl. Got to talk to her because she knows her stuff, and she does, John. Thank you for suggesting it. What a great suggestion. She's just amazing, and I love that song. Now, are you guys working on something together? Song? I know you're working on a marriage together.
Yeah, we've written a good few songs together, and Anna is recording halfway through her country record right now, and I'm producing it.
A Christmas album too.
Yeah, and a Christmas album also. So, we're always working on music. It seems like we're always doing something. We're headed off to the holidays now. We're just going to be. Eating a lot,
eating a lot of food,
taking it easy.
Yeah, and I can tell you can eat as much as you want. So watch it, Johnny.
I haven't up yet, but you're very nice. Thank you.
Absolutely. Who makes the sweet potato pie over there? Anna, pass a slice. Okay, I'll send you my address. Love me some sweet potato pie. I was telling your honey there that when he told me that he was in Hendersonville, right? Tennessee. That's the first time I had heard that. And usually when I talk to people about Tennessee, I'll ask them, "Oh, are you from Hendersonville?" And people act like they don't even know what I'm talking about. Or maybe I say Henderson. Yeah. Is it small?
A little over 50,000 people. We're north of Nashville. It's a suburb of Nashville. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
There's also
Yeah. I've got to come back there. I haven't been there since I was a little kid for sure. Well, I guess we got some shy people. Mary, I know you wanted to try to come in. You can come in now. Are you guys able to get in? Dean, you're a music producer. Jump on in here if you can. Troy, But we just want to thank you guys for taking the time and come out and sharing with us for the holidays. Are you guys doing anything special? I know with this big family you have, John. And by the way, Anna, is your family just as large as his?
They're very large. They're located in Miami, Florida. So we'll be flying to Miami and to Oregon and, just exchanging gifts for the holidays, preparing food. During the 24th dinner, we call it in Spanish also Nochebuena. So it's a mix of your traditional Christmas items as well as just, the rice and the black beans, kind of like almost like a Cuban.
Black beans. Oh, wow. My husband would love that.
Black eyed peas, which is what I grew up with,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So does she keep you dancing? Me and her, we were dancing a little bit when you were away.
Like he can dance. He needs to believe in himself a little.
I don't know.
More.
It's just genetically not in my makeup. I don't think
he's got the magic. That's not true. Don't let him fool you.
yeah, maybe so, but we'll see. No, it doesn't come that naturally.
Yeah. I'll get him dancing by the end of the year.
By the end of the year, huh? So when's the big date? Have you guys set the wedding date yet?
Yeah.
It's October 29th, 2016. Yeah.
Oh my God, next year. Yay! My husband and I will be celebrating our first anniversary on December 31st. Yay!
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so we're excited. I'm excited for you guys. That's great. Well, you know what? I guess we don't have any questions. I know Dean told stand by. Come on, Dean. I need you to jump on in real quick. But guys, I just want to say from my heart, and Janie, if you're still here, thank you, Janie Lidey, but from my heart to yours, this is the holiday. You guys are so sweet to take out time to come and talk to us. We so appreciate it. Share from your heart. This is all about the behind the scenes, because so much we focus on music, we focus on our work and stuff, and we don't take a moment to embrace the journey. And I feel like our journey is part of what makes us us, right? What makes it happen. And it's the good, the bad, and the darn right ugly. So as closing off, I'll start with you, Christine, and then John. What final comment or insight can you pass on to the listeners that are listening to the replay and everything on, how to just push past their stuff and stay strong?
You have to stay strong. You have to get rid of all the negative comments that people feed into your art, because really it's about you and what you want to bring to the world, and you can't let people stop you. Really, that's the main thing. You have to push forward and just have tunnel vision on what you want, and do things with love, and try to share that love. That's the main advice I have to give.
Love. You guys are so full of love. I've heard love. I tell you, I'm in love with love, because you guys give love a special meaning. That's what John was talking about. That just coming in. Yeah, coming in. I'm going to exit. Kalik, I'm going to exit you out real quick. And Dean, hold on, because I want to get John them back at the top of the screen. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there you go. So we'll open you up, and hopefully you'll. Okay. It wants to take you guys to the bottom, so we'll leave it at that. Okay. So, John, what about you? What's the final comment before we go to Kalik and Dean's question that you want to pass on, or insight for people just pushing forward, because 2016 is just a couple weeks away, and a lot of people, because they didn't reach their goal this year, guys, believe it or not, they're giving up, and you guys are inspiring them to keep on keeping on, whether they're writing or what. So, John, what are your words of encouragement?
That no matter what, in the face of any adversary, that you continue on. My mother's motto in life was press on, and that's the way she lived. It wasn't just something that she said. And I saw my parents live that way on a regular basis, that in the face of infirmity or sickness or whatever, that they continued. And so I believe it's best that we follow our heart and we stay true to what we believe, and that we, even in the face of fear, have courage.
Amen.
Yeah. Go ahead, Anna. You were going to say something else. Go ahead.
Just an amen.
It was just an
amen. Yeah. Adversity, challenge, and setbacks, as you guys know, it is part of our journey. We can't get around it. I wish we could, but we can't get around it. I don't care how much money you have or how poor you are, whatever. It has nothing to do with money, right? It's just part of life. It's called life happenings. And there's a thing I used to say all the time is, I'm not a victim of my circumstances. This too shall pass. We all have to hold on to that. We cannot give up on our dreams. Hey, Dean, how are you? How
You
are
hear me?
ya?
Are you hearing me?
Hello, Dean.
Hey,
Hi,
how you
hi,
doing?
John and Anna. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to
Hi.
see you, Dean.
I missed everything that you said there in the beginning because I just got on the computer. I had problems doing it from my phone, so I just got in the house and saw you on there and really wanted to say hi and how do you do?
Well, what
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
one
to you.
question
Where
would
are
you
you,
like
Dean?
to ask John? Because you're in music as a
Yeah,
producer
I
and
know
stuff.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Raven. There's a little bit of a delay, so I apologize. There's John. Just to sort of cut through it, I don't know what you've been talking about all this time, but I have a show where I talk to a lot of songwriters and musicians and try to inspire them to keep going after their dreams even when they get really discouraged, you know. And I deal with a lot of over 40 of age. Do you have any advice for people like that if they're having a hard time with it? You know how the music biz is easy, but at the same time, it's really tough. Is there any kind of words of encouragement you could give for people?
Specifically, it may not lie, the answer and the success may not lie where we want it to lie. We might find it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yes, I do.
I think we all think, okay, well, I got to be a recording artist, or I've got to be a top record producer, or I have to, or have to get a hit by number one artist. Perhaps it's writing songs for a Japanese musical. I mean,
Yes.
our success may lie elsewhere other than where we have predetermined it is. And so maybe be open-minded, look into other things, look into different things and see where they lead, and it may lead you to something far greater than your own expectations.
I appreciate that. Wish I had something to ask you, Anna. Congratulations on your news that you just broke.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you too. Hey, listen, I tried to contact you one time, John, a long time ago when you were doing some kind of event. Would you be inclined to for interviews if I
Yes, sir. Where are you?
I'm in Orange County, California.
Okay. Man. I'll sometimes I'm out there doing shows and whatnot, but I'll be glad to talk to you on the phone. Go to johncartercash.com and you can find my contact there, and then anybody.
Yeah.
Contact
I'm
me.
also friends with Janie Lidey, who I think was on with you just now.
You can contact me through Janie too.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you. And that's all I got, Raven. I don't want to take this guy's time up.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Big fan of your folks. They were wonderful. So I'm sure you get that a lot.
They were great. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So now we have Kaliki Glover. Thank you, Dean. Kalik, what you want to say hi to John?
Can you hear me?
Get ready.
I can hear you, Kalik. Yes.
Okay. Well, good. Great. Hey, I was just popping in. I'm Raven's hubby, tech support in the background here.
Very cool. Very cool. Good to see you, man.
Yeah. So I'm just helping her make sure everything's nice and smooth and everything. But I'm really enjoying what you guys have shared with musicians out here in particular. Because I identify I just wanted to pop in and just say, keep doing what you're doing. You've been doing it lifelong. You had a great start, great people to instill the right foundation for you. And a lot of people don't get to see some of the things the nuggets I know that you picked up from the legends that you had a chance to be around, because people don't realize it's the little stuff that makes the difference. It's not really, everybody thinks how good they are as musicians or this, that, and the other. It goes way deeper than that. It's the little stuff.
Definitely so. Oh, I do agree. Thank you so much, Kalik, for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
John, Kalik has worked with Prince and Michael Jackson, and he was part of the We Are the World project.
So awesome.
He's mixing.
Actually, John, this is interesting because I got started in the becoming a music engineer quite by accident. I used to be a guitar player, but my first gig is I used to work for Kenny Rogers at his Lion Share recording studios. That's how.
Oh, cool. That's great, man. Cool. Yeah, cool. Well, good, man.
All right. Well, you guys got a Christmas song as we exit, as we leave out. I'm going to take a little tweet, and everybody go ahead and tweet a tweet, and let's get them. They're going to sing us a beautiful song. And Khalik, let me know if I need to turn it up or turn it down. And what's the Christmas song you're going to sing for us?
Well, actually, we're going to do the one that Janie sings, but this is going to be slightly different because
bilingual Silent Night.
Yeah, because she's going to sing part of it in Spanish.
Okay.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
Noche de paz, noche de amor. Todo duerme alrededor. Entre los astros que esparcen su luz, ella anunciando al niño Jesús, brilla la estrella de paz, brilla la estrella de paz.
Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
Oh my God, that was so beautiful. That was just absolutely amazing. We want to thank you guys so much. And we're going to all dance them off and give them props. And we're going to dance them off on Anna's song. So you guys ready? You ready, Anna? Come on, Josh. You already told me that you could dance. Ready? Let me see. Come on, Khalik. Everybody on the screen got to dance. We're taking screenshots. Come on, Dean. Dance. Dance, Dean. Dance. Woo. Ready? Let's go. Let's make the screenshot louder. Come on, louder. Woo. Hold on. It's capturing us now. Hold on. We're trying to get the shot. Hey.
The props, y'all.
Keep going. Got 2 more. There we go. Dance. All right, y'all. Hold on. We just love it. It was great. Thank you so much.
Thanks for jamming out, everybody.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you so much.
Hey, this is Eva Marcel, and you're listening to Amazing Women of Power, Talk 247.
Sit back, relax, take your shoes off, get ready to have a few laughs while enjoying the show that everybody's talking about. With award-winning talk show host Raven Blair Davis, whether they're talking about the hot topic of the day, politics, business, health, or relationships, you betcha they will be sharing from the heart and keeping it real. So, pull up a chair, get excited, grab yourself a cup of coffee. You're in for a treat to Amazing Women of Power, the world's leading positive programming network.
Hi, this is Michael J. White. You're listening to the world's leading positive programming network, Amazing Women and Men of Power.